Hello friends, welcome to Daring Marine YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about functions and type of lubrication in marine diesel engine. So let's move into detail. Function. Functions means lubrication reduces static and dynamic friction to a minimum and prevents wear. So by lubricating, our static and dynamic friction will be get reduced to a minimum and thus thereby preventing wear. Then remove heat generator either within the bearing or from outside source. By using lube oil and all, we can remove heat generator either inside the bearing or out from an outside source. They can protect against corrosion. So protect against corrosion. Then flush away contaminants, and they can dampen noise. In some case, they can act as a sealant also. Okay. The types of lubrication. Lubrication can be of different types. We can say hydrodynamic lubrication, hydrostatic lubrication, boundary lubrication, elastohydrodynamic lubrication and all. We first will discuss about hydrodynamic lubrication. It is a full fluid film lubrication. It is a thick full fluid film lubrication. Here the lubrication separates rubbing surface by creating a very thin film lubrication between the rubbing surface which are separated by a continuous unbroken oil film of a decade thickness will be there. So here it is a full fluid film lubrication, and the lubricant separates rubbing surface by creating a very thin film lubrication between the rubbing surface which are separated by a continuous unbroken oil film of a decade thickness. Here the pressure self-generated due to the motion of moving surface. Here the pressure is self-generated due to motion of moving surface. An example, lubrication of journal bearing, bottom end bearing, tilting pad thrust bearing are examples of hydrodynamic lubrication. Hydrodynamic lubrication means it is a full fluid lubrication. The lubricant separates rubbing surface by creating a very thin film lubrication between rubbing surface by continuous unbroken oil film of a decade thickness will be there in the hydrodynamic lubrication. Continuous unbroken oil film thickness of adequate thickness, and pressure self-generated, that is also peculiarity of hydrodynamic lubrication. Pressure will be self-generated due to motion of moving surface. The lubrication of journal bearing, bottom end bearing, tilting pad thrust bearing are examples of hydrodynamic lubrication. Then hydrostatic lubrication. Hydrostatic lubrication, it is also known as a full thick film lubrication. It is similar to hydrodynamic lubrication, but here the oil pressure is supplied by an external source. In the hydrostatic lubrication, the oil pressure supplied by external source. In the hydrodynamic lubrication, the pressure is self-generated due to motion of moving surface. Here oil pressure is supplied by external source. Example, lubrication of crosser bearing with the help of an attached pump. Okay. Then boundary lubrication. Boundary lubrication means this type of lubrication is supplied when full fluid lubrication is not possible. That means hydrodynamic lubrication or hydrostatic lubrication it is not possible. Then we can go to boundary lubrication. The sliding surface are separated by only thin film of lubricant. Only here a thin film of lubricant, and high friction between surface of same degree of metal to metal contact occurs. So some degree there will be not uniform. There cannot be continuous unbroken oil flow here. But sliding surface are separated due to only thin film of lubricant, and due to high friction between surface and some degree of metal to metal contact occurs in some area. That means lubricant oil film decreases until some aspersities of metal surface touch. Boundary lubrication means this type of lubrication is supplied only when full fluid lubrication is not possible, and sliding surface are separated by only thin film of lubricant. High friction between surface and some degree of metal to metal contact occurs. Then lubricating oil film decreases until aspersities of metal surface touch. Then elastohydrodynamic lubrication. This type of lubrication applies to lane contact or nominal point between rolling and sliding surface. Lane point means which point where vibration and all little happening. So here applies to lane contact or nominal point between rolling and sliding surface, such as rolling contact bearing and meshing gear teeth. Thin film or squeeze film lubrication limits metal to metal contact, but elastic deformation of metal occurs, and there is effect of high pressure on lubricant. Elastohydrodynamic lubrication means this applies to lane contact or nominal point between rolling and sliding surface, such as rolling contact bearing and meshing gear teeth. Thin film or squeeze film limits metal to metal contact, but elastic deformation of metal occurs, and there is a high effect of pressure of the lubricant. Thank you.